G'day everybody, welcome back to another night here at the VCS English stream. If I don't accidentally mute myself. Yep, whatever time it is for you, we're glad to see you back. So we've got two interesting matchups tonight, I feel.
The remaining four teams, there's some interesting rosters still, and maybe a little bit of a storm coming our way in the first series, but who knows?
Yeah, possibly. The first series, maybe VGA can impress us. I mean, I think most of us are sort of not rating them particularly highly.
Nope.
Quite the opposite. But then again, I've got some pretty serious doubts about DBL as well. So maybe they can set their top laner up to carry, because I have absolutely no faith in Hazmed, who's tried to rename to get away from his sins of split.
Yeah.
But we know, Raizo, you're not getting away from us. So I just hope the drafts are better than Series 1 yesterday. That would upset me if they weren't.
Series 1 yesterday was something else. I have no idea what Flash practiced, or if they even practiced.
I didn't think. It looks like they haven't scrimmed for 2 years.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, their draft yesterday was horrible. The second draft, though, the second series, that had some 2020 drafts. So let's hope these teams have scrimmed against the second series teams, because those teams were way better at drafting.
Let's hope they have scrimmed against Garm, so we can see some more AP Shyvana.
Yeah. With hats and books.
Yeah.
Dragons.
Very smart.
Very good with hats.
They nearly lost that game.
Apparently.
They very nearly lost that game. They nearly entered. But let's focus on today's games. What are we really looking for in this VGA roster? I think they're interesting to talk about first, because they're kind of all rookies. There is a bit of hype around Vit. People really think he played well in the promotion tournament. I think people are reading too much into a promotion tournament, personally, where they got absolutely drubbed by Cerberus, because Cerberus absolutely kicked everyone in the heads. And then, they beat QG. Cool, QG got relegated.
And that series wasn't particularly great from either side. I'd say, for me, the most hyped player is actually PhD, the mid laner for Adonis. I really liked his showing in the promotion tournament. I thought he was the best player for them. Now, Vit has more hype behind him, and he was quite exciting as well, but PhD especially, because he hasn't really played in any league before. Vit has a little bit of experience in the VCSB league, so it's basically the Challenger series or Academy in NA, a little bit more serious, maybe more like LDL in China. So Vit has something to prove, definitely, because it's the first time for him playing in the major league. But I'm personally more interested in PhD, and I think he can bring a few cool things to the table. He's a little bit of an assassin player sometimes. To be fair, his professional career is very short, so the only champ he has played more than once so far is Yasuo. Yeah, maybe we can see a little bit of Yasuo.
Maybe we can get that 0-10 power spike on the go here. But he's going to be up against Null. And Null is so consistent.
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard.
In the mid game.
Yeah, exactly. Null doesn't often pop off and have the 10-0 insane performance, but he just never does badly. Which is fine. Like, he doesn't need to pop off against this Adonis team. If DBL has an average game, they should win.
Yeah, DBL is a very special case, because if you think back to the first 3 weeks, I think, for summer last year, they were actually our best team. They had the best record. We gave Razor the first 2-week MVP, because he played out of his mind in the first 2 weeks, and then all the performances went downhill. We were thinking about, okay, it might be DBL against GUM for the title. But then Null dropped off. Razor fell off a cliff.
Off a cliff. I mean, to be fair, I think we got a little bit.
Was good.
We got a little bit baited by that one game Rizo had where he got like 16 kills because he was against Neven on Quinn.
Oh no!
And he just got absolutely rocked in lane. So I mean, look, there is a certain person in our Discord that thinks Hazmed is going to get MVP of the split.
Hey man, he's 6-0. He has 6 points from yesterday.
I mean, he's killing it.
He's killing predictions.
He also was predicting that DivKid was going to pop off, and he was right. So
smart man.
He's got a very large brain. So I mean, don't get me wrong. Be happy to see Hazmed perform, but I think top lane, I wouldn't be surprised to see some very weak side picks. Get some Mordekaiser versus Ornn, that kind of thing. I don't think we'll be seeing too many Fioras like we did yesterday.
Yeah, one last thing before we jump into as champion select, maybe it's Hazmed, or Razor as he was known before, very good on mage champs. So I think his overall understanding of the top lane is not great, but he can play the mages. He can play Vlad, he can play Akali. Okay, Akali is not really a mage, but Cannon as well. So I think if you draft a mage for Hazmed, he should be fine.
Yep, I agree. But we are in champion select here, and we've got Set and Irelia banned. I'm absolutely shattered with Set being removed, but it does make sense. This is 10.1. The man is a little bit busted. Akali, of course, and then the Yasuo. We did say the only champion that's been played more than once by PHT. Off he goes. Oh, DBL done their homework.
Yep. It's not particularly hard to research him because, as I said before, not a whole lot of professional games. And Lucian is open, immediately grabbed for Adonis.
Ooh, I think we
interesting first pick.
You're a little bit ahead of me. We'll fix that up when we're in game. But yeah, as you said, Lucian has been picked here. We're going to see what they answer with. They banned Gangplank, which kind of tells me they have a pick in mind. Because why else would you ban Gangplank in first rotation? He's not often. Like, Gangplank's not first picked or anything.
Yeah, might indicate an Ornn pick here to not have the Gangplank free scaling into the Ornn.
Yeah,
would have liked to see Braum if they wanted to go for the Gangplank. I really like to see the first rotation. If you want to pick MF, I think you should definitely go MF Braum. Because this is what will happen.
Yeah, they get. And now they can't pick Ornn. That also blocks the Ornn pick. Like, this Braum.
I hate this.
Yeah, Braum, I definitely agree with you. You either have to, if you want to pick MF, you either have to ban the Braum or pick it first rotation. So I think this is a bit of a mistake. I'm happy to see that Adonis and DBL are drafting like it's 2020. I question a little bit the Lee Sin as highest priority jungler. I would have seen Rek'Sai first. Rek'Sai traditionally a counter to Lee Sin as well, so I think Meliodas...
Or J4.
Yeah, or J4, who looked amazing in our series yesterday.
Also, by the way, the most played champion career-wise for Meliodas. So I'm a little bit surprised they didn't want to go for the J4.
Yeah.
But Rek'Sai is the traditional counter into Lee Sin, so that makes sense. Also a very strong champ right now.
Yeah, that's very true. And they're going to ban out the Vladimir. Continued top lane bans here. They really want to get Hazmed a particular pick, but I'm not 100% sure what it'll be. Gangplank and Vlad removed. Who do they counter?
This is a strange ban for the side of Buffalo. They just banned Hazmed's best and most played champ.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's been 6 months, you know, maybe he's got something else in store for us. LeBlanc being removed from Null makes a lot of sense. He's probably the best LeBlanc in the league. And LeBlanc is in, I know this is going to offend you, but I think LeBlanc's in pretty strong state at the moment.
She is very strong right now,
yeah.
Which I hate, because I hate the champion. But yeah, LeBlanc is good. LeBlanc is good right now.
Yep, Ryze being removed as well. Potentially a top lane ban. Ryze mostly goes mid these days, but still... I'd want to know...
the Aatrox. I like the Aatrox ban.
Yep, I think that's very, very smart. Hazmed had some pretty good performances on Aatrox. Take that out of the pool. What is going to be the pick? Because Ornn is unpickable. Why did you dedicate 2 bans to a Mordekaiser pick?
I'm really questioning the same. Yeah, it's a very strange draft so far from Buffalo. At least the priorities in terms of champion picks are 10 point something patch-wise.
Yep.
But Mordekaiser... after you banned 3 top lane champs is strange.
And they're just going to pick the Ornn in response. I really like this pick. Give CHP. Are we going to call him CHP or Chip? Every time I say that, I read it as Chip. CHP is definitely correct. And if we're going to get the Aphelios, who got through all the way, I would have liked to see potentially an Aphelios ban over a Vladimir ban. Could have forced.
And hope gives me a lot of hope for the VCS season, because this draft, he's smurfing draft. This draft is incredible.
Yeah, this is absolutely sick. Maybe, I think DBL might have read that the Lucian was going bot lane, but you've got to respect the flex. Ban out.
Yeah, only problem for Adonis is their damage profile, right? They rely a little bit too much on AD damage, so...
Yeah, way too much, in fact. There's like no magic damage on that team. A little bit
there's
from Brawl.
Almost no tank on the side of Dashing Buffalo, so it might just be fine. Especially with two very strong damage carries in Aphelios. I think he's Aphelios, right?
Aphelios, yeah. But go with what you... but you should just go with what you Aphelios.
Nice.
I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of that at all. But yeah, I think these are two very drafts. The bans from DBL puzzle me, but they've come out of it on the other end with a good team comp, honestly. Adonis has come out with a sick team comp. This is really good.
If I had to go just off team composition, I would probably vote Adonis here, but yeah, I think Dashing Buffalo's draft is fine. It's not
look at that
bad.
fan vote.
Yeah, I agree with the fans. Dashing Buffalo is the big favorite here.
Absolutely.
Their players, although they got a lot of flack for last season, it's still two-time champion Meliodas and Null playing for them. Razor is still okay. He has problems adapting to the role, but I think as a player overall, he's quite a good player. I don't think he should be a top laner, but we'll see. Maybe he worked on his wave management, on his understanding of the role itself. Then Meliodas won the league 2 times as well. So yeah, just very solid lineup, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, especially even if you kind of write off. Also, shout out to the VCS production fixing up their graphics from yesterday, where we saw the mighty champions of Mordecai's and Miss instead of Misfortune, which I found very funny, but good on them.
Just Miss.
Yeah, just Miss. Missed autos, perhaps. Yeah, I think, despite the fact that I think Adonis, again, if you turn the nameplates off, I think Adonis definitely has the better draft, as you said. But it's not a terrible draft for DBL, and their players are just so much better. That core of Null, Meliodas, Big Koro, that's really good. Unfortunately, they're sometimes let down by Raizo and potentially sometimes in the support role, but it's still a very, very good core, and I think it's just going to be too much for Adonis. But PHT could pop off on Lucian. It's Lucian.
And the big question for DBL for this whole season, right, is are they past their prime? Especially looking at Big Koro. A lot of people are questioning Big Koro's ability to play without Palette. He is the last time he's played without Palette was sometime in 2017, so it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Who knows? Palette gets a lot of praise. He went 2-0 yesterday. I liked Big Koro's performance most of the time, but
PHT going forward here. Took E level 1 to get that trade. I like it. That's got him complete control of this lane.
Okay.
Null, oh my god, the Ignite. I mean, look at this, what this has done to the lane. It's over.
Yeah, it's a very smart
you got to hit the minions there.
Way of playing level 1, though.
You missed a minion for no reason. But yeah, Null can't farm. This is horrible for Null. Potentially.
Yeah, I think PHT has to dominate this lane for VGA. If the VGA wants to come out on top, the bot lane will not really do anything. In my opinion, neither bot lane can really look for kills here. It's a little bit easier for DBL maybe, but yeah. We saw Braum punishing the Leona yesterday already, so it's not too easy for High either to engage. And yeah, I don't expect much from either bot lane, so it has to come from the solo lanes. Ornn will not stomp Hasmed. It's actually a very bad matchup for Ornn.
Yeah.
So this game, there's a lot of focus on PHT. That's exciting, right? He's a rookie. I praised him a lot for his promotion tournament, so excited to see what he can do. Good
yeah,
start.
Speaking of his own, one little trick that he has done, it's not a super... Oh, never mind, as we do have the junglers meeting here. Meliodas taking on Y1. Getting the best of this trade is the Lee Sin, and he's got PhD coming in. He's going hard. Oh my god, he wants this sand shark dead. But what I was saying was... happy to see it. He did the little trick with Ornn where you start with a refillable pot, and then after it's like things like 3 CS or something, you can build yourself a Doran's. Very good. Again, not particularly advanced tech, but still good to see him do it. But advanced tech though, I want to throw something out. Maybe could have made Adonis's comp a little bit better. This is, some real dark technology. Why didn't Aphelios go mid? Send Lucian bot for the Lucian Braum synergy, which is sick, and then you just play the farm lane with Aphelios versus Orianna.
Do you want an honest answer?
Yes.
Because Aphelios is very easy to gank.
Yeah, but it's with an Orianna. He can just play safe.
But Orianna can still slow, and once the ult comes in, it's super easy to set up kills on Aphelios with Meliodas and all. I don't think... He can probably farm just evenly and be fine in lane 1v1, but it's very hard for him to play 2v2. And even ganks should just be free kills on him all the time. So I think this is the right choice. Also, Lucian into Orianna, actually a very good matchup. So
yeah. I just like the Lucian Braum synergy. I think it's really, really strong.
It's great. It's nice, yeah.
So that
you still get the synergy later on in the game, right? So
yeah, true.
You only lose out on a little bit of laning phase, and Lucian's laning phase in the mid lane is still super great. So I don't think you lose too much. If you watched LEC yesterday, we had a Lucian dominating the laning phase extremely hard. Let's see if PhD can try to mirror Perk's performance yesterday, which was incredible.
I mean, yeah, he absolutely looked sick. And he's going forward, ignites Null basically on cooldown. Just wants this lane to be his kingdom, if I may also crib some notes from the LEC. But so far... not actually dominating as much as perhaps he should have. I think he made a little bit of a mistake early by letting the wave push a bit too much. I think I wasn't watching particularly closely. I'd have to go back and look at a replay. I think he just let a double shot go on the wrong minion, and it ended up pushing the wave, which got Null enough farm. He's actually 2 ahead at the moment. That won't last, but I feel like if Orianna comes out even-ish in CS, a little bit behind, you're okay with that against Lucian.
Yeah, I think he might have deliberately made the choice to push there.
But here comes the top lane. Chip flashing forward. He's going to go into the death realm. Oh no, bad time for the stream to freeze, but I'm assuming he's dead. Never mind. Hazmed walking forward. Died. Chip will go down. Hazmed is going to get away as well.
The Q?
Potentially, the Q.
Y1? Oh, nicely done.
Okay, so we're going to have to resync because my stream did freeze there for a moment. So give me a number you can pause at, my friend.
606.
Can we do 610? And now?
Yeah,
okay. We should be resynced. Sorry about that, everyone. Blame the Liberal government of Australia. Oh, come on, don't freeze.
A classic.
Is it freezing for you as well, or is it just me?
Nope. Today it's just you.
Okay. I'll have to try and fix that at some point. Can't do it right now, unfortunately. So, we are continuing to see this. Meliodas a little bit behind in the jungle here. But
we'll see the replay in the top lane.
Yeah, here's the replay so we don't get a freeze to see how Hazmed turned this one. Was just the W.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate timing for VGA. Obviously, they tried to get the gank in before Hazmed hit 6, and then he just hit 6 when the Lee Sin arrived. So,
yep,
very unfortunate timing. And now he's ungankable because he's Mordekaiser.
Pretty much. I mean, there's a world where you gank the Mord because Lee Sin is actually pretty good in the 1v1. But still, I don't think so. And here comes the 3-man. Shockwave used super early. And then we go back to the top lane. Chip is bringing the clap to Hazmed, trying to hunt him down. This is going to get turned. Oh my god. There's the knock up and the kill for Ornn. That was very, very close, but the Thunderlord will come out on top.
Man, I thought the Hazmed would be able to turn that one, but very, very close. Good knock up in the end. By the way, mid lane, we just saw why Aphelios is not going mid lane, because he would have been dead there.
Yeah, you're not wrong. There's the culling out to do some damage. Ooh, Y1 does miss the Q. Maybe a blessing in disguise. I'm not sure if he actually wanted to go in there. He actually does force a flash out of null there, does BO3 with his roam. But we were looking at the top lane, unfortunately, because, of course, Chip died.
CHP died. Yeah, yep. Chip, yeah. Not sure why. Probably overstayed his welcome. Just wanted to push one more wave and got punished. Nice move from Meliodas to collect the free kill. Actually gave him an assist over to his top lane as well. So now Hazmed, even though he was very lucky in the first exchange and then got solo killed by an Ornn, which never looks great, it's fine.
Ornn does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Ornn does a lot of damage for no real reason. But Vit has actually come up to the top lane here. They've called a very early lane swap, trying to get Chip away from the matchup that I guess they think is just not going very well. And Hazmed is not responding by going to the bot lane himself, so it will potentially be a 2v1 for both top laners. But it was the Rift Herald for VGA. So they're winning this trade overall.
Solid macro play here from VGA. They secured the dragon when everyone went top lane. So Y1 sneaked the dragon and immediately called the swap on the Rift Herald, because that's free, right? There's no dragon to trade. And even if there is a dragon, you would like to, you would most of the time prefer the Rift Herald anyway. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is that kill that we missed here. It was just Meliodas coming in, a teleport. Chip going the wrong way there. Just trying to, honestly, he's just trying to get a little bit of CS. He knows he's dead.
Yeah.
Right call.
At least he pushed up the wave, which is nice. Yeah.
He made the right call. Like, he was never getting away.
I'm very impressed with the macro decisions from VGA and the first 10 minutes. Very nicely done. Got all the objectives they could. A little bit behind in gold still, which is a little bit surprising. They got 3 plates on the top lane, but
I think I'd like to know where that gold lead is coming from. It doesn't make a huge amount of sense. There is a little bit of a CS lead for Hazmed, but doesn't seem like it's quite enough.
Yeah, not sure. Probably assist gold from one of the kills, right?
Yeah.
It was solo kill against the non-solo kill in the top lane, so yeah, it's probably just the assist gold. It's very close in gold. So
200 gold doesn't really matter. Let's be totally honest. So Aphelios in the solo lane here, just chilling by himself, but BO3 will now rejoin, take that cannon creep. Good timing, BO3. Come back to lane just to get your cannon. And he's leaving again. Good support play.
Yeah, they didn't swap back, which is interesting. It's still top lane against bot lane.
Oh, the call of the Forge God. Big Koro does have to flash, but Y1 will hit that Q. Meliodas is coming in, and there is the bullet time, chopping him down. Oh, but first is H3 going down. The Rek'Sai ult coming forward, taking a big old chomp. And Chip's got to run, but the strut will catch Big Koro up in just moments. Good tanking there, but the double up.
Chip played that almost perfectly. Used the mastery, which name I always forget. The extra health for Cookie mastery.
Time Warp Tonic.
Time Warp Tonic, that's the one.
Yep,
to get 60 health back, and that almost saved his life. Very close, but Big Koro in the end with a Q to finish off the kill. Nicely done. A little bit overzealous, maybe from VGA to look for a kill without knowing where Meliodas was, but they still got one kill.
Oh, into the Death Realm. Vit does go. Look at all this damage. The flash forward, he's absolutely screwed here. BO3 in some trouble as well, but all the CC will miss because of the flash. So this Braum should be able to get away, but that's not how your lane swap's meant to go.
Wit does not know how Mordekaiser works. He tried to cleanse the Mordekaiser.
Can't actually do that. It has to be a QSS.
That's ugly.
That's very ugly. Can you cleanse it in the... You couldn't cleanse it while he's channeling it, could you? It would just cleanse the slow, I think.
I think it's a QSS effect.
Yeah.
It's Cleanse and QSS work very differently,
which is silly, for the record.
Yeah, I would really like them to be aligned. I hate that they don't work similarly. It's weird. It's super weird. Because you can do things with Cleanse as well that you can't do with QSS, like Cleanse, Exhaust, or Ignite.
Yep, it's very, very silly. They should work the
But
same.
suppression is only cleansable by QSS, which is I just hate the two different effects, but yeah.
Yep, but
whatever.
Speaking of things we do like, it's DBL being there right as this Mountain Drake spawns. We're going to find out what Rift we're playing on. It's going to be either Infernal or Cloud. What are we going to get? Cloud. Okay, so it's going to be ult cooldown, but here is the fight. BO goes into the stopwatch, Hazmat in the middle of the team. That is an absolutely massive bullet time, doing so much damage there. DBL, full health. Really good Dragon's Rage there out of Y1. BO does get hit by the Rek'Sai ult. Here he comes for the big old chop. Vit does get away there. Meliodas could have potentially gone forward, but chose to play it safe. And another one skirmish for DBL. They're looking hot in this game.
Yeah, sadly, although VGA looks like the better macro team, DBL is just the better fighting team. So now it's 7-3 in kills. Nicely done. Meliodas, 302. But Big Koro with a big highlight play there. Perfect positioning on the MF. And even on one item, MF's ult can do a whole lot of damage. That was disgusting.
That was, yeah, this bullet time was exactly what you want out of the
Great
ult.
Positioning.
The dream.
Well. Great. Look at that. 3 people being hit by a bullet time. That almost never happens in pro play.
Very rare. That was, like, if that Dragon's Rage had been any worse, it would have gone even worse there for VGA, but they do manage to stabilize. How do they get back in this game? They're 2k gold down. Everything seems to be going DBL's way. What can Adonis/VGA do?
Well, I think they have to bank on the late game. I guess for 2 AD carries. They have a very strong team fighting late game setup with a tank and 2 AD carries to follow up on. Enemies don't really have the chance to build heavy armor, so there's a chance on the late game for VGA, but I think the immediate future doesn't look too bright. A lot more control for Null, especially controlling the team fight with all his tools. Look at his itemization as well. I love this item on
straight
Arena.
Into the super
I think it's
soaker.
very, very good. Also think it's very broken right now. Almost everyone should just build.
Oh my god, Chip has just TP'd in. They're actually caught out here. The big old ram will come down. The Culling's getting smacked in. Big Koro instantly dies. Here's the turn though. They're in the death realm. PhD doing everything he can. Brilliant flash on the backside there. H3 has gone down. Still in the death realm. PhD's going to get away here and now he's being collapsed on. It's all gone a little bit wrong. The Prey Seeker missed. He can't ult. But Beob goes down in the last breath. Null picks up a kill as well. A scrappy fight where we couldn't follow it all. Beob did not need to die.
No, he really didn't.
Adonis starting off a fight that just got split up and ends up with a 3v4-3, which honestly isn't bad for them.
But it should have been better.
Yeah,
that was
Beob
a great fight to take. Super great engage there. Like the call from CHP, Chip very aggressively. Okay, the teleport is just foolish. No, never mind. That's VGA's teleport.
Yeah, that was a great teleport.
Never mind. That's a great teleport indeed.
Yeah.
The teleport for Hazmat is a little bit foolish, but he actually gets a lot of damage done here. Look at the Hazmat.
Yeah, I think PHT was right on the edge of the death realm. I think he was trapped between the walls, unfortunately. Beob, just leave. Just leave.
Yeah.
Didn't need to be there.
I'm questioning why one's positioning even more. Why does he not just back off?
Yeah,
like, it's not like Null can re-enter the fight afterwards.
Yeah.
And so 2 silly deaths.
DBL getting a Rift Herald out of the deal. So we did see both Rift Heralds go down this game. Don't always see that. Should just get the top lane. Oh, but with the Culling coming out, I mean,
that's a lot of damage.
It is, but Beob's here. The eye should open, and the Rift Herald goes down. They really don't get anything out of that. The second Rift Herald it's not great. You don't get that.
Yeah, but it's also very easy to take, right? You just
Moonlight Vigil being used. Oh, what the hell was that, Chip? Descending the ram into nowhere, but Y1 will get the kill. Has tagged up Meliodas with that Q, but doesn't want that fight. Very good call. That's a 4-0 Rek'Sai.
Yeah, and even though the Flamethrower Moonlight Sigil is the most hyped one, right? The one we actually see the most and be most successful in pro play as well is the Gravitum.
Yeah,
Gravitum.
And Infernum. I've put effort into learning these.
That's great. Yeah, I think it's a very good tool to catch people. As we see, it's 2 screens away basically, and it's free CC.
Yeah, totally reasonable thing
Almost
for an
always
AD
getting
carry to
into
do.
fair. Yeah, it's not
Completely
okay.
reasonable.
It's really not okay.
200 years of game design. I will never stop referencing that until it stops being true. The dragon
Next
now.
dragon has spawned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
DBL
this
just
will
gets
just be
it for
free for DBL.
Yep,
Yeah,
I think that's smart. They don't need to contest for this one. No point taking the risk.
Also, by the way, not the greatest team for Cloud Dragon. MF doesn't want to move when she ults. She actually can't move.
The ult cooldown is really nice.
The ult cooldown is always nice, right? But
yeah. I think particularly for Orianna and MF though, and Leona, they all really like. Yeah.
But the effect is not great on this team. They actually want to kite. They want to look for the best position and then stand still. There's no need for them to chase the enemy team. The only champ that really profits from this one is probably Hasmet on the Mordekaiser. So.
Yeah, so you can run people.
Yeah.
Fun little question for chat. We can have a talk about it while there's a bit of a lull. Who gets the least out of Cloud Soul? I have my answer, but who do you think? My answer is Anivia.
Oh, Anivia
she gets nothing.
She actually gets a lot of movement speed, right? Because she channels her ult a lot.
But she doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Ooh, chat with a good call. Jhin.
Oh yeah, Jhin.
Jhin doesn't
is
get
like
shit.
An F. At least cooldown actually does something for him. So
not really. It's not that impactful at all. You don't really want to be ulting in a team fight.
Oh, that's true.
You want to clean it up.
That's a good call. I like both calls are not bad.
Yep. But
also something like Annie actually is not great because her ult cooldown is low enough that you have perma ult in the late game anyway. So ult cooldown actually doesn't do anything for Annie.
True. We'd have to ask LS about it.
And you want to flash engage on the enemy team anyways. Yeah, I think Annie is a good candidate as well. She doesn't really get anything. She doesn't need the cooldown. The movement speed is not relevant because the enemy is dead. So.
But there is another call of the Forge God. Didn't look like it should hit, but up Hazmed does go, but he walks away. No worries. The push in the mid lane in response, very good. DBL recognizing that boys had gone to the bot lane, so they take that outer for free. DBL still looking very clean, maintaining the 2k gold lead.
Are we really watching VCS? This looks
so contained.
Good. Yeah, it's not too many fights. Both teams playing quite well around a lot of the objectives. So I like this game a lot. This does not really look like the games we had yesterday.
No, not at all compared to the games yesterday. They were absolute slugfests. At least some of them. Some of them were not so much slugfests as it was just one team beating the hell out of the other. We're going to have to see if VGA has a way back in. The Moonlight Vigil comes out, only hits one. It was that Graviton version. Not a particularly good use of that. Cool.
Wrong champion to use it on. If he caught Null there, Null had to flash, but Meliodas was able to just tunnel away, so a little bit of the wrong target selection, but it's not that easy to aim at the correct target sometimes. I still hate the ult, by the way. Please change the ult.
It's so thematically terrible.
It's also so boring to watch.
Yeah, it's super boring. It doesn't really fit his theme. But unfortunately, it's probably never getting changed. Aphelios, maybe when they nerf him down to a 20% win rate, as is the Riot. But again,
I think we should enjoy the Aphelios we can see in a pro play, because my opinion is that once he's in line, once he hits 50% win rate, you will never see play in pro play. I think he's not a champ that should see play in pro play. He's too immobile. He doesn't have the chase potential of a Jinx. Like, he's basically a Jinx in terms of damage, but he can't chase the enemy. He has a little bit more range with the Moonlight Sigil and stuff, but yeah, I think he's just very broken, which is why he's played. But yeah, I don't see him being played in like half a year or something.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. we're obviously always at the whims of the Riot balancing team. Let's see what they do. He's much closer to being in line 10.2 and 10. But this, of course, is 10.1, where he is not in line. He jumped the queue and gone wherever he wants. Again, is this VCS? We've never had to fill a lull this long.
I'm surprised. Next dragon is coming up in 10 seconds, but that is not really a relevant dragon. As we said before, even the soul is not that relevant this game. It's only Cloud Soul. No one really needs the Cloud Soul. So
that turret does
if
so
VGA
much
wants, they could just farm for the next 10 minutes or something. Just keep Baron warded, keep the enemy team in the dark of your about your positioning.
And Hazmed been caught a little bit down here. Has a team to retreat to, but it looks like as much as we're talking about this dragon shouldn't matter, it might, because here comes the Forge God. Oh, double knock up there. Culling coming out as well. Meliodas completely split from the team. Can't get in. Bullet Time is still ready. Hazmed in the middle of the team. Goes into the Death Realm with Vit. And boom! Chunks him out. He goes down. Bullet Time across multiple people. Biob gets out on an absolute silver health. Never mind. The Rek'Sai will clean him up. But Nor, very low in the backline, has a big old chip on his back. H3 does get over that wall. Y1 playing it well. Chip should be able to get this kill. One more auto onto Nor. But in the end,
Chip hard carried this fight.
Chip doing everything right. Meliodas, the only survivor to limp out of the graveyard. Adonis is back in it.
Absolutely. Only 1k or 1.5k behind now in gold. There's still a big problem concerning the your ADC, because he always gets into the Death Realm and immediately killed by Hazmed. But
QSS needs to come in right now.
I think so too.
Yep.
The problem is they have two ADCs, right?
So
if one ADC builds the QSS, what does the other ADC do? But I have to say,
also build a QSS.
maybe. I think the Lucian will hit a point where he can 1v1 the Mordekaiser in the Death Realm.
Yeah, I've also got to say, I don't like Vit's build. IE second is so much better.
Yeah, I think so.
You go Runen's third item when it actually matters that you're auto-attacking 3 times.
Yeah, you want to use the strongest Moonlight Sigil you can.
Oh, that Moonlight Vigil did absolutely nothing. Vigil,
yeah.
This actually looked like it was going well for DBL, but then it's just Chip.
Now look at Chip.
He is just destroying them. He's a Buffalo Hunter out here.
He actually killed both of the carries.
Oh, but we've got another fight here. And here we go. That Moonlight Vigil will do plenty. Infernum in the middle of 4. PhD does go down in the Death Realm. It's not been PhD every time, but H3 now caught by a Q. Shouldn't be able to get away here. Meliodas having to be Hazmed left out in the cold. Does get tagged up. Doing his best to escape. Uses that Proto Belt. Could try and trade a kill, but can't do it. Adonis have flipped this game on their head. DBL absolutely rocked. They're shook. They don't know what to do. Nor the only man near this Baron pit. Meliodas is here. This is a bit of a dangerous Baron.
No smite.
They get it back off. No need to throw what you've just won. And they're ahead in gold.
Yeah, 2 low HP boss. And they saw the jungler, I think, or anticipated the jungler. They didn't know Meliodas' smite was not up for another 30 seconds. So
this is how this fight started that we didn't see. Fantastic call of the Forge God. God damn, Chip is impressing me.
Very good shield from BO3 as well, denying all the damage from the Bullet Time. We have seen Bullet Time actually win team fights alone in this game already. So nice awareness from BO3 to be there, press the ROM E.
Yeah, the other thing that did a crazy amount of damage here is Vit has the perfect 2 guns there. He has the Severum and the Infernum, which means you get your healing button out, you press Q, and then you do way too much AoE damage and absolutely destroy a team. Look, I wrote Adonis off a little bit before this game, but my God, if Chip is this good a top laner, they're going to do so well.
And I'm so happy we finally get to see the Ornn, because yesterday there was a severe lack of Ornn, and he's super strong. So nice to see the Ornn finally doing work here in the VCS. And if you think about him, he's the teamfight tank, right? He's 2
mobile carries. Orianna and MF can't really get away from him. Baron is being chonked down here. Meliodas is here. Biob trying to zone. Can jump over that wall, and here comes the Ram, knocked back over, will knock them. Oh my god, the Moonlight Vigil doing so much. There goes the Baron, picked up by VGA. Can they get a bit more off the back? Hazmed has Y1 in the Death Realm, but he's got the GA. He'll go down, Hazmed will come out, he'll get cleaned up, does get the shutdown.
He still got the kill.
Still alive as well. Stopwatch, he's trying to get another one onto Vit, can't quite do it. And it's Baron and a 1 for 2 in the favour of Adonis. Oh boy.
And their play around the Baron secure was perfect. They used all their CC to deny the entrance for Meliodas. Meliodas without flash couldn't do anything about that. So very clean and easy Baron secure for VGA. And suddenly 3k gold lead for their side.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a 6-6 Mordekaiser, which is foreboding. Can we please get Mordekaiser 2 more assists, guys? Be really thematically appropriate for his character.
That's very true. I don't think he'll get 2 more assists without dying. So,
no, I don't think so either. But still, I can dream. So
also, I have to call out the optimization for Null. This is not a good game to build
Morellonomicon?
Yeah,
LS molding.
Absolutely molding.
This is terrible. It's really bad. The only person that does significant healing is Aphelios.
And only if he has his Severum?
Yeah, exactly. He has to have the Severum, and even then, it doesn't really matter in the short team fights because he just dies. Nor being caught out here. The culling comes in, does go into that stopwatch.
Oh, shit.
And down he goes, though. Y1 doing another bit of lease-in play, picking that one up, and suddenly Adonis just have absolute control, and I think it's just down to team comp.
Yeah, I don't think a DBL has a big chance of winning this game anymore.
They're just getting comped.
Too much damage, too much tankiness on the side of VGA. As I said before, even though it's a pure 80 damage, or almost pure 80 damage comp, it doesn't matter because the enemy team can't build tank items. Yeah.
Exactly. But here we go. The inhibitor is down. Are they going to try and push for the win here? They've only got to win one fight. Bullet time coming out. They will go in. Y1's immediately onto the back line. Might have dived a little bit too deep there, but another excellent Dragon's Rage will get him away from Hazmed, who'll flash forward in the death realm to pick him up. First casualty of the fight. Hazmed could hard carry here, but Chip doing so much. He's only just put the Ram out. He's going to get the clap onto H3.
Oh, Hazmed?
Yeah, Hazmed absolutely able to carry this one. Watch this Mordekaiser like a hawk. He's getting culled, though, unfortunately. Ate the entire culling. Meliodas now charging forward. Does go down to BHT. Underestimated damage. Who's now flashing forward. He wants to win this game right here. But no, and it's just Bob, and it'll be the ace for DBL holding on to their base.
Yeah, a little bit overzealous, especially for PhD. Their flash was not necessary.
Absolutely.
Might actually cost him his life in the next team fight if Hazmed wants to ult him. So, has to be careful. Should not do that again. Also, I absolutely hate his itemization. Why would you go GA and not a QSS in this game?
Yeah, that's really silly.
Man.
That is
and he actually got the 2 assists on the Mordekaiser, but sadly he got 3 kills as well. So.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get kills. Come on, Hazmed. He absolutely played this fight super well. If we just watch this Mordekaiser the whole time, did so much damage. Unfortunately, he ate the whole culling in the back half of the fight.
Everyone took way too much damage from the very good, once again, nicely placed ult from Bullet Time doing work.
Yep.
Look at Hazmed. First Q, 550 damage.
Yep, and the Conqueror healing is just absolutely carrying.
Oh,
he's just not taking damage until this culling goes entirely into him.
Yeah. Still gets back to like 400 HP because of his Triumph.
Yeah, absolutely.
And PhD, a little bit too much control there. They're 2 big mages with a lot of AoE spells, so you shouldn't dash into that.
Probably not, but hey, if it had worked, we'd be talking about him for weeks, right? So, definitely interesting. They're still ahead. They've got 1k gold lead, an inhibitor down. In particular, it's the bottom inhibitor. If Baron spawns before it comes back up, which it should.
Also, the 1k gold lead is more like a 5k gold lead because of the on items, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was about to comment on that. They haven't made the mistake of a certain other team that didn't build on items in NA. That was one of the big mistakes.
To be fair, it's very hard to not build on items in ADCs.
Oh, they didn't. There was a game, I forget
right?
which team it was. Yeah, the Senna.
Just refused to build IE. Yeah, that was
like if Ornn can upgrade it, just build it. Like 1,000 gold in your pocket. It was really bad.
And Senna could even go for a Ghost Blade.
Yep.
Ghost Blade upgrade is actually one of the best because it gives you more lethality, and there's no way you can get more.
Yeah, lethality is hard capped normally.
Yeah. I really like the Ghost Blade upgrade. I think it's one of the best.
This push is coming in. DBL, you've got to fight at some point. Hazmed is here, coming speeding out with the home guards, but oh no, he's gone back. He wants to have that movement speed to potentially start a fight, but they just can't do it because they have to push into the Aphelios turrets.
50 seconds though. Cloud Soul available for VGA now.
Yep. They could definitely potentially set this up. Actually not too bad for their team as well. Chip will get a big burst of movement speed. It's also not
way
bad.
Better for their team.
Oh, absolutely. Lucian obviously loves it. It's also not bad for Vit because you can use the movement speed to get away. So,
yeah, I think their team is way better with the Cloud Soul compared to DBL's team. CHP doesn't really profit too much because you're ulting from far away.
Degenerate.
That's a strong word.
It is, but it's not good. I don't like it. Oh, Chip just having a little bit of a build there, gets spotted, but does get away. DBL now has control over the Baron area. Look at the pings. They're calling that if they go Baron.
Should have just finished the Cloud Soul there. That's unfortunate.
Ooh, Y1 getting caught out here. A lot of CC. In comes the Ram God while he's in the GA. We'll try and W out. I assume he gets out. Oh my god, the Moonlight Vigil doing so much, as is the bullet time. But oh no, DBL is absolutely melting here. Chip is in the front line, absolutely carrying this. He's not getting the kills, but he's doing everything. And it is DBL absolutely melting. They're going to wait here for MF to stand back up. Big Coro, was the GA worth it?
Nice.
And this is the game.
Vit, come on, Vit. He wanted to steal away the kill from his carry tank player. Yeah. But he got punished for that severely. He just died.
But there is going to be the game. Adonis coming out, stunning the critics, myself included, by picking up a very, very strong win here over DBL.
And they had everything. They had very good fundamentals in terms of map movement and game. They out macro DBL for most of the game, and then just very solid team fighting as well. Very incredible performance for Chip. He was not really on my list of players to watch, I have to say. But if he can step up in the VCS that honestly doesn't have the brightest of top lane talent, he could actually be one of the best top laners.
Yeah, absolutely. He had an incredible performance on that Ornn. Looked amazing. Ornn, such a good pick. I hope it sees more play in the VCS. We thought maybe the Ornn... I mean, I actually directly predicted the Ornn-Mordekaiser matchup to potentially cover for two weak top laners, but Chip or CHP did not look weak. He looked like an absolute strong side top laner.
Yeah, the first kill that happened in the top lane was very unfortunate for him, so you can't really blame him. They wanted to gank before Hazmed hit 6, and Hazmed just hit 6 when Lee Sin arrived. Immediately turned on Ornn and killed the Ornn, so nothing to blame him there. He overextended once on lane, and everything else was almost perfect. His Ornn play in teamfights, incredible. Killed both of the backline carries in the important fight that got VGA back into the game around Dragon.
Yep.
So great ults. The teleport, incredible. And topside above the Baron pit.
Overall, just
tanks can be fun to watch.
Absolutely. Ornn is super fun to watch. So the question is, what does DBL need to do to potentially get back in the next game?
So we called the team fight their team composition okay. I still hated that they gave up the Braum. Biko actually had a very good MF game. And imagine this MF game without a Braum in the enemy team. Also blocks the Ornn. So I think they made one big drafting mistake in round 1 of Red Side, where they didn't go MF Braum, which is a rotation I really like in this patch. So yeah, just go MF Braum next game, and I think that might actually be enough to beat VGA, because the early team fights went Buffalo's favor. Their skirmishing looked a little bit crisper, so just rely on your team fighting, rely on your mechanics. and your experience as well as the veteran team. And I think you can come back. But great performance from Adonis all around. Starting in draft, Hope gave me a lot of hope for this region. And then CHP with a monster performance. And also the 280 carries.
Yep. Great
solid.
Play. Overall, super good play out of all of them, to be honest. But we do have to pick an MVP. I mean, I think it's got to be Chip, right?
Yeah, it's Chip.
He had an absolute cracker of performance. Hard carried some of those fights. Set everyone up. So, with that, do you have any final words on that first game? Or are we ready to have a little bit of a break into game before
I'm excited,
game 2?
But yeah, we can head into a little bit of a break. Let's see if Adonis can 2-0 DBL on the first day in VCS. That would be
exciting.
Shocking.
That would be incredibly exciting. We will be back in just a little bit. See you guys then. G'day everybody, welcome back for Game 2 of VGA taking on DBL. Big upset there in the first game. What do we think coming into Game 2? Can DBL reset and take this one?
It still was a very close game, right? Nice. CHP actually gets recognition from the official stream as well, so we're lining up our MVPs once again. But yeah, I'd say try to go for a little bit more of a team fighting composition, maybe. I still don't really understand the Mordekaiser priority in terms of why would you ban so many top laners and then pick Mordekaiser? That's a little bit weird.
Yep, absolutely.
But yeah, it wasn't like they were blown away or blown out from Adonis. They actually won the early game, so just improve a little bit on your team fighting in terms of composition, maybe, and then they should be good to go.
Yeah, and don't give away Braum when you are playing MF, please, because there were some really good MF ults that got shut down by the shield going up. So hopefully they sort that out. But overall, the drafts weren't bad. Drafts were good.
Nope.
VGA really, I think they won draft pretty hard because that draft was sick, but I think they were fine. On both sides.
And speaking of draft, we were already jumping into
we are jumping straight in. Just give me a moment. We will switch over to that. Sorry, I just have to sort one or two things out. Oh god, what have I done?
Yeah.
Saw that. Sorry, lads.
Blue side bans for Dashing Buffalo, Yasuo and Lucian. On the other side, Adonis answering with Zed and Akali, as you can see now on stream as well.
Yep, we have switched over there. Sorry for the little bit of the delay. We've decided to put draft music in, so I had to press play. But here we go. That is the bans coming in. Set obviously removed again. Pitch shattered. And the Gangplank ban, again, I'm really curious about this one. I like that they changed up to ban the Lucian. I think that's smart. But the Gangplank ban leaves a bit open, don't you think?
Yeah, and I think the first pick wasn't shown. There we go. Okay. I was a little confused.
There it is. Aphelios has been picked.
Aphelios first pick.
Yeah. I mean, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
He could have picked MF. I think MF actually has had better results overall. I don't want to say better results because I think Aphelios has a higher win rate. MF has impressed me more.
Braum MF. Braum
MF. Yes. Snap it. Yep. Snap pick Braum MF. I think that'd be really.
So it seems
really
like
good.
Hope is a good drafting coach.
Yeah, absolutely. So far, he's looked absolutely fantastic. Hopefully, we see more coaches like him in the VCS. But what will this second pick be?
Rex. So there's no need to pick up the MF right now. So I'm fine with the Rek'Sai, especially if Meliodas opts into Lee Sin into Rek'Sai once
you
again.
Can't opt into that.
I'd really like to see the J4. Yeah, I'd really like to see him go for J4.
Yeah, I think J4 is the absolute best pick here. Ooh, they're going to pick up the Thresh early. That doesn't seem necessary. I wouldn't mind the Elise lock-in. Helps with the damage profile issues they had last time. So, interesting that they picked it so early. I don't think that was going to be a contested pick. I don't think it would have seen a ban. They could have locked away a top
you'd
laner.
expect the Renekton here, right? So Renekton leads top lane setup.
That's
very
dangerous,
standard.
though, if you don't know the enemy top laner. They could just go also Spellbook on.
Also not as easy into on, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They do pick up the Leona. Not a bad pick at all. Good to get that one in before the second round of bans. And there's your MF. MF Braum. Picked up.
I'm not sure if I prefer MF over on in this rotation, I have to say. Because Dashing Buffalo will definitely ban the on now.
You'd hope so.
Hopefully. And yeah, I think you could play a different ADC. But on did a lot for you in the first game. So I think there was a little bit more value on the on pick, but we'll have to see what Chip can bring if the on is banned. Maybe he has another tank lined up, or maybe he's going for a little bit more lane domination.
Perhaps. There is the Orianna being taken away from Null. His Orianna, it wasn't bad, but I don't think it was super high impact, but potentially just banning away a comfort pick, and there is the Ornn. Happy to see that adaptation from DBL. Don't let Chip have that one again. It's hard to play any other tanks in this meta. So potentially forcing Chip onto a different playstyle, I think is a super good decision.
Yeah. Sadly for Dashing Buffalo, they don't have last pick for top lane this time. So kind of expect Chip to be the last pick here for Adonis and just see what they can get away with.
What do you think about picking banning Irelia over Null's LeBlanc?
Over LeBlanc.
Like, if you're trying to put Null on discomfort by banning Orianna, why don't you ban LeBlanc?
Yeah, it's true. But on the other side, they might be scared of Razos or Hasmit's Irelia, so...
Questionable.
A little questionable, that's true.
But the picks are going to restart. We need a top laner and a mid laner for Adonis. Hovering this Aatrox and do lock it in. Super safe pick. Every top laner in the world at this point can play Aatrox, because he is the champion that never goes away.
Absolutely.
So I think, yeah, Chip will be fine on that one, potentially. But we don't actually know the other top laner. We do expect Renekton, but it might be Camille. It is Camille. Hazmed did play that a little bit last split, and it's not a great matchup for Aatrox.
Yeah, that's interesting. I would have liked to see the Renekton here. It's easier for Hasman to dominate lane with the Renekton, and also very easy to set up dives.
You can't pick that into Braum, surely. Zoe into Braum?
It is. It's one of it's in effect Noel's career most played champ, 32 picks.
Oh no!
So he's very proficient on the Zoe, but
that Kaiser is an absolute bait.
Also a very strong champ in lane, right? So
yeah, I still think picking it's too easy. If someone gets bubbled, you just stand in front of them. But thank you, Dashing Buffalo. I'll be able to make plenty of jokes about 200 years of games. But there is a Cassiopeia rounding the draft out. Honestly, again, two really good drafts. The Elise is a little bit strange, but does signal a bit of top lane camp alongside a Camille. I think both of these teams are pretty happy with what they've got here.
In my opinion, Dashing Buffalo had a few weird decisions. The Camille is a strange one for me. The Zoe is okay, but they could have gone with Orianna again. Or no, she was banned. Okay, never mind me. LeBlanc would be an option as well. LeBlanc struggles a little bit against Braum as well, but maybe a little bit better than Zoe. He wanted to go blind Zoe. Not quite sure if there's... No, I don't think there's a big LeBlanc counter still available, so okay, I guess. Syndra is banned globally on this patch, as far as I know. So,
yeah, she's banned.
That's a little bit unfortunate.
I think Lux
we've seen a lot of Syndra parity.
Lux and Syndra are banned.
10.2 is very high. Yesterday, LEC, everyone wanted to go with Syndra. So
yeah, it's a
Syndra would have fit really well into Dashing Buffalo's comp.
Yeah.
Although she also struggles into Braum. So Braum, very strong pickup for Adonis this game.
Yeah, I agree. I think Braum it's interesting because we talk about how it's such a Leona Nautilus meta, but I think Braum is almost outperforming both of those champions. Just looks super good whenever he's picked up. I think part of that is because of the amount of MF and Ornn that's being played. Obviously, he hard counters them, and that's really nice for him. But we're going to have to hopefully get in game soon. I don't like when they cut to players like this.
Gems, he's very hard to kill. He's very good at fighting, very laner. If you don't counter pick him in lane, so he's very good into the traditional tank supports. I really hope we get to see some more counter picks, especially on 10.2, where some of the enchanters get buffed. So I still hope for a little bit of Lulu into Braum, maybe Soraka, Karma here and there. Not on this patch though, probably. Sona also possible. So let's hope for that next patch. But right now, he's by far the strongest support.
Yep, absolutely. I think he's very, very good. But we will have to see. This is a level 1, a little bit of aggression here. H3 taking a bit of damage. That Braum concussive blows did stack up. So just stuttering a tiny bit, but it's okay now. We'll head down to the bot lane. That damage isn't going to matter. He'll regen up in plenty of time. No summoners used. Let's see how we go. Interesting, one thing I want to comment on. Chip going for that Conqueror instead of potentially Grasp of the Undying in this matchup. I'm not sure you want to take long trades against Camille.
Conqueror got better, I think, for Aatrox over the off-season.
True.
So, last season I criticized a lot of Aatroxes for going Conqueror in certain melee matchups. I think right now, probably just the highest power rune for him. So, not willing to make a definitive statement right now about Conqueror, but I think it's fine. It's less bad than last season, definitely.
It's definitely less bad. But here we go. Set up in the bot lane. So far, both champions doing fine. No, I say that, but they're being zoned back already. This is the Braum MF. Just sort of lane dominance. There's not much Aphelios can do here. This is one of the big weaknesses of Aphelios, is that he doesn't have an ability at level 1. He doesn't have a button.
Yeah.
So how can you possibly fight?
This is actually very dangerous for Bikoro here in this lane, because if however blows all the CC on one of the two, they can counter engage or counter damage them with the MF ult, and there's no way for Bikoro to get away from the MF ult this time. So
he just melts in it, and
might get very dangerous at 6.
Yep, and we might see the early pressure onto Chip. Can you get away? Can you be a delicious chicken potato chip? Or are you just gross original? And there comes the cocoon. Meliodas gets up into the rappel. He's okay. First blood secured for DBL. That's their game plan being executed.
Very, very late flash on Chip.
Super
Too
late.
greedy. Should have flashed earlier. Unfortunate, and now without flash and TP, and it still died. So the worst possible situation for the top laner. Needs to be super careful here.
Yeah.
Also, both flashes still available for DBL. So I'd really like to see return gank. Just dive him again. Should be easy.
Yep. I was a little bit worried that he might have Hashinshined it by TPing back in, but thankfully Meliodas did back off. He just needs to flash. He needs to have already flashed. Meliodas doing really well to predict it there.
Almost played this as badly as he could. I mean, we praised him a lot last game, but this was not great. Yeah. He tried to dodge the W from Elise and ran into it. Actually, stepped back into lane when he tried to dodge, which made his flash less efficient as well. So
didn't go well.
It was a little bit ugly.
Yeah, that's definitely one way to describe it. Ooh, the Zenith player getting thrown out there while Meliodas was waiting in the bush. They do get onto BO3, but he just puts the shield up and walks away. I feel like if your jungler's waiting, you probably shouldn't just randomly throw your E and not even get close to hitting it.
Me. That's a more general statement there.
Yeah,
just hit you.
You should probably hit your skills. That's generally good. Looking at this mid lane, it is an early advantage here for PHT, able to shove in, get a little bit of a CS lead. Not too surprising though, early on with Zoe. Ooh, Hazmed going in here, but the crab will be trained. Y1 flying forward here. They don't actually know where the Meliodas is, but he won't keep going.
Also making
quite lucky.
Ender very proud here with his rune choice. Went with the aggressive early game Hail of Blades choice, which we saw in action there. Very strong early skirmishing rune.
I think it's the best choice. I love Hail of Blades, Rex.
Ender agrees with you.
I know. Ender liked one of my tweets. I'm a real boy. But yeah, this is going back to a bit of a slow early game here. I agree with you that I would like to see a return gank on Chip. He's in base at the moment, so not really an option for the moment. That'd be pretty aggressive.
And no camp available for Meliodas on top side, so pretty bad timing to return to the top side, but they should respawn before the flash is up for Chip, so please try to get another gank in. This is almost free. We have double flash advantage against no flash on the side of Chip. Also far away from his teleport cooldown wearing off, so it would be very punishing to kill him here again.
Absolutely. Y1 looking towards the bottom lane. I'm not 100% sure how gankable this is with how defensive Big Koro is playing. He's got the flamethrower at the moment, so he can just chill out, let a big wave build up, and then clear it all just like that. Totally normal. So yeah, we've gone into
like Razor is trying to stack up the minion wave here. It's a little bit of a slow push setup. Might not be in time for the second mini wave to arrive. Sadly for him, his Elise is taking Baron, Dragon. Baron would be impressive at 6 minutes.
Yeah, 6 minute Baron, and we Dota 2 boys, taking Roche out early. I mean, this is a completely free Infernal Dragon, right? May as well. Got the early priority around it because just made the call that they didn't think it would be contested by VGA. They were right. They knew there was no vision. You get an Infernal Drake. You get 2 AD. Great.
Yeah. So now we once again saw a little bit of a... okay, no, it's actually not that bad. I backtrack on that statement. I wanted to flame Razor again for his wave management. It actually gave him a free week. Even though he gave the time to Chip to farm experience and CS and catch back up, he still got better recall off, and now has 1 reset advantage, with TP available. So actually in full control of the top lane, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He's looking very good so far on this mill. Has gone straight into the exes as well. Ooh, Chip, come on, that W was never... Gotta get our skill shots going, boys. Y1 is up here. Just helps his top laner clear some vision. He'll back off. Null looking forward here. Y1 could get caught. But no, he gets away, sees the tremor sense, and just decides not to make a horrible mistake.
This game might end up being one of the typical 2020 no jungle impacted all games, because both of these junglers are early game focused junglers, and they haven't really done anything. It's one successful game for Meliodas, to be fair, but especially Rek'Sai without any ganks at 8 minutes, she'll not get better as a champ. She's not very useful in the late game, to say the least.
Yeah, that is a very polite way of putting it. She's a little bit of a knock-up bot in the late game, though the ult still does a fair bit. I'll have to see if Y1 can get something going. A 0-0 Elise, sorry, not Elise. Well, yes, Elise, but it's not 0-0. Rek'Sai at this stage isn't great, but where can he possibly gank?
I think bot lane is a possibility, especially if they're able to bait in high. They can definitely lock down high once he used his E to engage. So that might be a possibility. Mid lane is not too easy on all.
Yeah.
Although if PHT is able to ult flash on top of Null, there is a little bit of an opportunity. Top lane, very hard. So yeah, it's not easy for him to gank. That's very true. But he needs to make something work. He's Rek'Sai. He can't just farm this game. It just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, especially on this patch. It's 10.1. Even if you're not playing Rek'Sai, it's still not good to just hard farm as a jungler. The scaling is not good. You need to see him getting active, doing something, even if it's just invading onto Meliodas. Halo Blades Rek'Sai wins that 1v1. So if they can get some vision control, he can potentially look to steal some camps away.
Yep.
This is one of the slowest VCS games we've ever seen.
So already in the first game, we thought this series didn't really look like a VCS series. Very slow, very methodical most of the time. Some explosive fights, or of course with the team fight setup for both teams, but no unnecessary skirmishes, which is surprising.
Yeah.
This time the first rotation for Richard comes in for DBL. Last time blue side did this as well, but VGA was playing blue side. And VGA a little bit late to the party.
Yeah, I don't think they can
Y1 tried to steal.
Y1, oh, he's looking for it, but no. There's the smite. The eye is secured. I'll mosey on out of there. Ooh, Biob. Playing with some fire there, but Chip is getting dived here. They're throwing everything in the kitchen sink at him. Hazmed, ooh, lucky not to go down there. Did get saved by Big Coro. High as well,
Y1?
taking a lot of damage. Y1, if he can hit the Prey Seeker, he might be able to do a lot. Very good Cocoon. Yeah, that was well done. They got a free kill. They walked away. Well done by DBL. Looking a little bit cleaner in this game.
So, they got the free kill, but they actually delayed their Rift Herald usage, which is not that big of a problem, because we're still 3 minutes away from 4. They still have the time to secure some platings. They wanted to get the free dive and then use the Rift Herald to get first to it as well. But in the end,
there's a few too many people around. Yeah, I think this is fine. If it was closer to 14 minutes, I'd be upset. Good flash there by Hazmed. Just make sure everything happened.
Also, very unfortunate flash for Chip.
Yeah. Biob nearly getting there to use the ult to keep people under tower just long enough, but well done by Big Coro to save his top laner. So where is this Rift Herald going to go? Meliodas is carrying around that purple eye. Cloud Drake spawns. What's your bet? Are we getting an ocean or a mountain?
Mountain. We've seen too many ocean drakes. We'll get mountain.
I'm going to go ocean drake because it's more exciting. Mountain soul doesn't matter whatsoever. And it's ocean! Haha! I'm clearly the better caster. Why am I not doing colour? I casted a match doing colour recently. It was not pretty. But, again, looking down, this mid lane is dead even. This is...
Yeah, nothing happening in the mid lane. You asked where the Rift Herald is supposed to go right now, right? I'd like to see it in the top lane. I usually use it to accelerate your top laner. That's the easiest way to get a whole lot of gold, especially because Hazmed has won the lane quite significantly already, so it shouldn't be hard for him to pressure the turret anyway. They are running out of time, though. It's 12:40
they need to get it done
already, so...
It would be super disappointing if they miss their window, but we do see Meliodas, he's got a reason to path up towards top. Take his Gromp, take his blue, then come drop the Rift Herald, get this Camille even further ahead. This is nearly a 40 CS lead for Hazmed. He's looking really good on this Camille, potentially doing exactly what he did last split and starting out hot.
Yep, good to see, good to see. Well, a lot of critics, myself included. But yeah, as I said, he's not a bad laner. He's just not the greatest top laner.
Yeah, I mean, he did well last game. His Mordekaiser was a really bright, shining light. There's the Rift Herald. Summoned in a little bit of an interesting spot there. Biob's here. This can definitely be turned. In they go. There is the Glacial Fisher. Chip is still alive, and down he goes. Now Biob could be in a little bit of trouble. The repel used to reset tower aggro. And they should be okay.
Clean dive from DBL. Nicely done. Elliot is actually taking the aggro there with the cocoon on time. So, I think Hazmed got the aggro, but then reset with his ult. Because that's at the 0.5 reset as well. So double reset available to them. Pretty easy to make the dice work. And great execution. Still not a single kill on Hazmed. That's a little bit unfortunate. They really want Hazmed to get a few kills there. Also shared the gold for the platings, right? So.
Yeah,
very strong Elise.
He still is super far ahead, right?
He is far ahead.
It's not. It's definitely not ahead. Yeah, it's not ideal, but in the end, with dives, it's hard to choose who gets the kill. Like you sort of just have to make sure he goes down and then get out.
Yeah, they almost didn't lose any HP from the turret shots. That's super impressive. He used the shield to tank the first two, then reset, and then Meliodas finished the kill and only got shot once. So even though they tanked 3 turret shots, they only lost health for 1 turret shot. So great execution.
Yeah, absolutely. This should be the turret going down. This is first turret. Give all the gold to Aphelios, please. Nope. I don't know why you're staying around for that, Meliodas. Do you not want your carries to be fed? Rich. The teleport coming in, really not going to get anything at all, and Chip immediately backs. Horrible teleport. Absolutely
Meliodas is on
horrible.
the same level as the enemy top laner. This is something that never happens right now in jungle.
Never. Shouldn't ever happen.
And look at the gold as well. He's the richest person on the map.
That's I mean, we were talking about early game junglers wanting to get out there. Well, Elise certainly has 1,000 gold ahead of the Rek'Sai, despite being 13 farm down. So, looking very good here is Meliodas. We were confused by the Elise pick. Apparently, Meliodas is just sick.
Yeah, also a very good meta for Meliodas, I think, right now. He's not the smartest pathing jungler. When you try to play the Carthage, disaster. Yeah. But his ganking stance is very good. He's a very aggressive ganking jungler, most played champ of all time, J4. So that tells a little bit of the story and looks super crisp in the second game. Once again, a big gold lead.
Ooh, there comes in the catch, and that's another kill for Meliodas. He has some deep pockets, and he's now 4-0. Oh my word. Hazmed a little bit caught out here, but with Nor coming in, nothing is going to happen. Picks up a barrier, and they're going to get Shirley as well. They've got the twins.
And even though Elise is not known for her scaling, I think Fat Elise is still very dangerous, especially in mid-game. Yeah. Her burst rivals a lot of the AP assassins, and even though her team fighting is not great, she doesn't really have the biggest AoE abilities or anything, the single target burst can be very dangerous, yeah. Especially for Chip, who is far behind in experience, still level 10. So Elise can probably just one-shot the top laner of the enemy team, which is never a great sign.
And I mean, even if the Elise starts to drop off, it's not going to be as fast as a 0-1-0 Rek'Sai. So, worst comes to worst, it's a 4.5 versus 4. VGA should be able to get this Ocean Drake, though. Stopping Ocean Drake point. There is the Moonlight Vigil. Gets a little bit of CC there, but it might not really be enough. Bullet Time not doing anything. It is just someone sitting in the stopwatch. Hazmat on the wrong side of the fight here. Can they lock him down? Yeah, I think they're cutting off the chase. Should be able to get away easily, but it's
good response from DBL.
One kill for Adonis, but they go mid. That's really good.
Yeah, nice call for DBL to immediately make a blue line.
Hazmed could be in a little bit of trouble here. He's caught, rolls over the wall. The Cassio ult goes completely wide, but he's still caught out. Uses the Hextech containment protocol, I think it's called. Something like that. No, Hextech ultimatum is what it is.
Protocol is the Q, right?
It's the Q.
Like Hextech protocol is the Q.
Yeah. The Hextech ultimatum comes in, doesn't do much. So... Yeah, Hazmed does go down. 0-1-3. What a trash top laner. Why hasn't he got any kills? He's played very well. A little bit. He should have backed off, but not much they can do. This is a 2-0 Cassio now. Not a bad scaling. Like, that's really hard scaling, so maybe that can get something done. Maybe.
And I want to talk about one interaction we saw on the last team fight, which is Moonlight Vigil into Braum Shield. And I was not aware, but it makes sense, that the Moonlight Vigil actually does not bounce if it hits Braum Shield. So it's a big counter into Bikoro. I've actually not really seen this interaction too much before, but it seems to be very, very has high potential. So
it just eats it, so it only hits Braum.
Braum got stunned, but Vid got away. So very important.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, Braum proving to be a really good support in this meta. Eating everything. Then again, Aphelios not super carried by his ult. Just does an insane amount of damage, really. So, where will DBL push their advantage next, and where can VGA potentially find a chink in the armor to go forward? Blue buff being stolen away, never fun. Don't like to lose our blue buffs, so,
Yeah, it's unfortunate for DBL. They didn't have the greatest of positionings.
There's the Moonlight Vigil. Once again, only onto Braum, but not because of the shield. The Leona ult comes in, doesn't actually stun anything. Why is everything being thrown at Braum? B-Hub's on full health. That was terrible.
Braum just tanked an ult, 2 ults, I think, and the cocoon as well as the trouble ball, and lost 100 HP. So not the greatest target. Also, this actually does look a little bit closer than the gold is indicating. DBL had by 3k gold, but VGA is fighting back, and their teamfight setup is still quite strong, especially with Braum blocking all the initial CC. And if you look at PHT, he's safe and has a lot of gold as well, 2-0 on the Cassiopeia. So maybe PHT can actually make his breakout performance here in the second game of the split, and carry his team to victory.
Aphelios has. Could you just comment on the Aphelios build? I just know it's one of your favorites.
Yeah. The Carl.
The Carl.
Especially not selling the Carl is the biggest sin there. The Carl, I hate the item from the start. The value is very little, but if you don't sell it, you actually don't get any value out of this item. You get 7 AD, yay. Delay your lane a lot. So yeah, I just don't like the Carl. Also because it screws gold numbers significantly.
I think it's not very good. I also don't like that he is presumably going towards the Rune and Hurricane. I maintain that SN3 into IE is so much better. It doesn't matter if you're splitting your autos. It is really good on Aphelios, don't get me wrong, but it's a third item. It's not a second.
Well, there's a better argument this game for this builds, because you can't rely on your initial ults this game too much. Because the Braum can block all of your ult bursts, so you need some auto attacks in the team fights to carry. So I think it's a little bit of a better choice. I still agree with you. I think you should almost always go IE second, especially with the boots as well. You have a little bit of attack speed. You also can use the Crescendo for more attack speed in team fights, and the Q from the Severum. So.
Good job getting all those gun names right. I'm proud of you. Yeah, I mean, in the end, it's not the most horrific mistake. I just think the big crits are more important. So this is going to be another Drake here for DBL. Will they come in and try and contest this? Put the shield up before he went to sleep. Good job there, Biob. But it is now down for the Moonlight Vigil. The Moonlight Vigil could come in. He's got the Infernum. It'll do a lot of damage if he throws it when they escape through this little corridor. And there it is. 200 years of game design being demonstrated. But the bullet time coming back, doing so much. Can Vit carry the flash forward? He's wanting it. He's going to get another kill here on the High. He's absolutely carrying. I'm pretty sure that was a triple kill. Yes, it was. Vit putting his team back in control, at least for the moment. Dragon will not be taken.
Great team fight. Actually, really big mistake from PHT. He lost his my God, I forgot the name again. I'm so sorry.
Which ability are you referring to? This actually is going to be Dragon taken.
The Veil, yeah.
Banshee's Veil. Oh, Beyond put the shield in the wrong direction, and he gets sniped by the Zoe. And Meliodas did creep back into the pit to pick up the Ocean Drake, so they are on soul point.
So he lost his Banshee's Veil from Dragon. Dragon attacked him, and Dragon's attack is
it's a spell. Yeah, that's why Nocturne can spell shield it.
So that's why he lost his Banshee's Veil and got caught by the Cocoon.
This does so much damage.
A lot of damage from the Sigil, and now look at the MF.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage as well.
Full channeled bullet time onto
lucky
two
on the crit,
members.
We have to say. Lucky on the crit.
But still, if you get a full channeled bullet time on two people, you're doing your job.
Yeah, MF looking like the strongest ADC in the series. A little bit more impact than the Aphelios. Sorry, he's a fella. Aphelios.
Then again, he does have a lot of feelings, so he's Aphelios.
He's both.
Yeah, exactly. It depends on the day and the caster. But this is shockingly a bit more even than we expected, considering the way the top lane went and is still going. This is going to be the continued problem. What's Chip meant to do in the side lane? Hasmid can just walk at him.
Yeah, he can only hope to not die in the side.
Which is not easy. I mean, actually, under a tower, I don't think Camille can kill by herself. Aatrox just heals a bit too much. But he can never win the side lane Hazard can just hold teleport advantage forever, and then VGA can't really start a Baron.
Actually possible. 2 items. Once Hazard has his Hydra, he might actually look for solo kills. If you look at the difference in XP, it's only 1 level now. I think it's closer to 2 levels. If he hits 16 against CHP 14 and is 2 against 2 items with his heal reduction as well, I think he could potentially go for a solo kill. Oh, yeah, there we go.
So you did a lot. You did a lot of theory crafting there. You sounded very smart, and yeah, it worked. Speaking of CS leads, though, there is almost as big one, a little bit shorter, but in the bottom lane. But it doesn't matter, because here is Baron being started. It should go down fairly quickly, depending on what guns Big Coro has. Not ideal. You really want that.
No Severum.
The Crescendum.
Crescendum.
Yep.
I'm
going to get you every time.
Yeah, the Crescendum is the perfect one. Actually, Severum Crescendum is a very good DPS
super good
against Baron.
Yeah, that's probably the best for neutral objectives. But Hazard is just down in the bot lane. They managed to threaten Baron, force all of Adonis to respond, and Hazard took it in a tower. Really, really well done by him.
And right now, there's no TP on CHP, so they might just send PHT on the bot lane. Because, as we have seen, Chip is not able to defend against Hazard. Maybe the Cassiopeia can do a better job. Well, the thought, look at the Baron HP.
Yeah, it's melting here. They could potentially get caught. There is a bullet time to potentially zone, and it's been stolen by Meliodas. He goes in, gets that one for DBL. High will go down here. Meliodas up in the air. Don't know if he'll be able to get out, but it's Baron for 2 kills. You take that every day of the week.
Yeah, especially with the bot lane inhibitor going down as well.
Yep.
Great trade for DBL. A little bit weird to get the Baron, and then bot lane inhibitor. Normally, a split push, you want to achieve the bottom inhibitor and then snowball into Baron because of the super minions. But they'll not.
Or you can just get a nice leash from the enemy team. That works as well.
Yeah. Great trouble bubble actually from Null. He actually forced Y1 into stopwatch, and Y1 couldn't really concentrate on Baron only, so good opportunity for Meliodas to steal, and he pulled it off. So great work from Meliodas and Null. Of course, Hazard on the side lane, very crucial as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They just knew he had teleport advantage, so it was, well, if you come back and answer me, we steal Baron, and if you don't, we get an inhib, and we also steal Baron. So really, they got the best of both worlds. There for DBL. Here is the replay, and there's that trouble bubble.
It's actually blind as well. The trouble bubble is blind on Y1. Nice.
Yep. That was really, really well done. Meliodas going in to confirm the steal. He can't get out of there, but he's done his job.
Yeah, and now a big advantage for DBL. Also, look at the Dragon timer. 12 seconds. The strongest soul in the game.
This is
They need to contest this one. Yeah.
They're about to draw the last piece of the... This is completely over. Meliodas checking the sneaky bush. Too many times in solo queue, people have managed to sit in that bush and it not be checked. Hazard in the backline, just murdering Chip, will go down, but it gets them the Dragon Soul. That immediately comes into effect as well, so they could potentially try and take fight. And boost! There's the big damage out of Null, puts the exhaust down from the W. The Super Soaker goes out, they're all slowed. But I think VGA will be able to limp away. It's a 1-for-1, but Ocean Soul picked up the DBL. Oh no.
A great play from the Hazard. Even though he went down, he bought actually blocked off one entire entrance to the Dragon Pit. So I gave Meliodas the time to finish the Dragon. And now Ocean Soul, as you said before, by far the strongest soul in the game. Almost can't win against Ocean Soul. I'm not sure if there's actually a professional game right now where a team won against Ocean Soul.
I don't think so. Oh, this little corridor is not a very good place to fight, but look at the healing coming in from the Soul. Big Coro absolutely going mad there with the double kill. Another one picked up here by High. I missed a little bit of Big Coro there popping off on the side of the fight. Glad you caught it. But here they are pushing in for their second inhib. This is just the slow march to death. Nothing VGA can do. We're going to be getting a game 3.
Yep. And good redeeming performance for DBL.
Oh, I think oh my god!
This game.
That Q did a quarter of Chip's health.
Yeah, Chip, after a very good game 1 where we gave him an MVP as well, incredible on performance, didn't look too comfortable on the Aatrox, all picked on in the early game.
PHT getting chopped off. Yeah, I put the top lane a little bit more on Y1 as well. He wasn't there to cover for the pressure, but regardless of that,
there were significant misplays from Chip.
Yeah,
definitely.
Sure, we can talk
first
about
gank, he misplayed almost everything. So there's a lot of blame to be put his way.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of blame to be shared around, but that is DBL taking the second win, putting us to a game 3. Who do you have favoured? I think DBL had a more dominant win.
I think it's overall, it has to be DBL. They are the veterans. They are multiple-time champions. They have won multiple lanes in this matchup. And I think once they figure out the on ban and also the draft parity on Braum, they're just a little bit of a better team. Still quite impressed with Adonis, especially with the PHT this game. One big mistake around Dragon, sadly, but overall, still good calls from the team as well. Around the Baron, good Baron rush. Didn't quite work out for them, but almost got them back into the game. So
yeah, absolutely.
I'm impressed.
They're much more competitive than I expected them to be. They've come out swinging. DBL is a pretty good team, so the fact that they're going blow for blow, even though they did lose that game fairly convincingly, is not bad at all. But it will be game 3 in not too long. Do you have any? We have to pick MVP. I almost always forget, but I got it this time. Who are we thinking for MVP? Hard. It was a good performance overall. I think Hazmid. But then again,
can we take it away from Meliodas?
Yeah, I was about to
Meliodas
say.
also got the crucial steal.
Yeah, that's true.
That said, in the meantime, Hasmet got the split push off. So
but, I think it's between hard. I think Meliodas, personally. I think I agree. I think we'll give that one to Meliodas, but much more important than any MVP, who's going to win game 3? Yeah, big shout out to Hasmet. Who's going to win game 3? We'll find out in about 9.5 minutes. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We hope to see you stick around for game 3. We'll see you very soon.
It should be an exciting finish to the series. So.
Absolutely. Much more exciting of a series than we expected. So we'll see you soon. Thank you guys. Hello everybody. Welcome back to the VCS English stream with me, Everyday Caster, and my good friend Yulwei. We're going to game 3 here. Did not expect to be saying that one for the first series of VGA versus DBL. What do you think both teams have to do here to lock up this series win?
It has gotten very hard for Adonis, in my opinion. I think DBL is heavily favored to win this third game. Adonis came in with a very, very good draft. I think the biggest thing being the on in the top lane, and immediately DBL responded with picking away the Braum and banning on as well. So unless they want to first pick on or Braum and then follow up with the other champion, and DBL actually lets that happen, don't really see a world where Adonis wins the third game. So, a little bit unfortunate, but maybe they can surprise us. CHP?
Yep, CHP.
PHT, the mid laner.
No, the mid laner, right.
Yeah, had a very good performance in the last game, aside from that one very crucial mistake at Dragon. Yeah. So maybe he can step up and carry his team to the first victory of the season, but it's not likely. Yeah, I'd say maybe 20% chance for them to win, but it's heavily in favor of Dashing Buffalo.
It's more of a chance than I would have given them before the series started.
For sure.
So that's definitely, a bit of a bright spot for them at the very least. So I agree that the Ornn and the Braum are super strong picks, but I think DBL will just say, well, their top lane has played 2 games, carried on Ornn, looked terrible on Aatrox, just give him Aatrox again. Do they care? I mean, does Adonis now have to ban Elise?
Maybe. They are on blue side again.
They are on blue, but do you want to first pick it?
Okay. No, you don't want to first pick Elise. Blue side typically does not counterpick the top lane matchup, so they have to find something that works for their top laner. Chip did not look great on the Aatrox. Go back to a tank. Is there another tank in meta you can actually?
Scion's probably the next one that's playable. Cho'Gath?
Yeah, probably. Cho'Gath?
A little bit.
He's good into gangplank, but
yeah, I mean, let's be honest. When we're talking about tanks other than Ornn, it is all a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Ornn is really the only super viable tank at the moment. But who knows? Maybe Chip has been practicing others. I don't see why you'd practice other tanks though. Coming into professional play, like really, if you know Ornn, you know the tank. No reason to pick any other.
Let's jump into pick and bans. Game 3 will be starting soon, and we actually have a change in the top lane position for Adonis. Django coming in for the first time.
Yeah,
interesting change.
Yeah, Django in here. I assume it's pronounced Django. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Hard to know. Set once again being banned. I think teams making the correct read that he's just busted on the path. He's just really. It's a
little bit surprising to me. Did he get nerfed in 10.2?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
They toned him down a little bit.
Yesterday he did see some play in LEC and did actually not look too great. So I didn't really expect him to be banned, but if he's even stronger on this patch, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, he absolutely is. And there we go, a champion that has been absent so far in our drafts, but is definitely prioritized around the world. The Rumble. I'd love to see this one being picked up, but love to see.
Oh, wow.
No, they go to a first pick Xayah. Ooh.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about this.
3 ADCs are banned. I'm a little bit surprised. Do you run
MF's open.
Do you want to first pick MF though?
You just get countered by
then the enemy, yeah.
If they should just pick MF Braum here. Just pick MF Braum.
Absolutely.
Just snap pick that. It's so easy.
I think Braum first pick would have been better for Adonis. I don't think
for Adonis, yeah.
Yeah. The enemy team then has to make the judgment of either giving up the Braum MF lane, or giving up or not pairing the Braum with the F or with the Xayah. So, yeah, I mean, now it's Nautilus for some reason. I don't know.
I have no idea why Nautilus is being. Nautilus obviously a very strong champion, but when Braum is an option, why are we not picking Braum? VGA,
please,
Braum.
I think Fenry made the call that the enemy team doesn't want to play Styro, so leaving open the Braum very dangerous. But it seems like they want to go Leona.
Why go Leona instead of Rakan or Braum?
Yeah, some people are scared of the Rakan into not.
Yeah,
I quite agree. I think it's definitely possible.
With Xayah, definitely.
Yeah. But I would have just liked to see the Braum again, especially against MF, because Bikura had a very good first game on MF, actually. The Braum blocked all of his damage, but he got one crucial ult off around Dragon Pit and almost killed everyone there, so hyped to see another good MF performance. Actually, very glad we get to play, because she's been fallen out of favor a little bit.
With this many AD carry bans, she's pickable. Also, it is worth commenting.
Some people think she's weak, or weaker than the other ADCs. I think she's super strong. So.
Also, worth noting for the VCS aficionados, it's Meliodas. He's got his Lee Sin, the famous, blind monk, really infecting him, and he becomes the blind jungler. But Ornn and Renekton removed. Good bans there. Stopped the Renekton Elise, and also just the strong champion. I mean, it was strong for Chip, so presumably Django scrimmed it as well. Norl's LeBlanc is gone.
There's no reason to risk
and the Mordekaiser being
the Ornn, right?
No,
I like the Renekton ban though. New top laner coming in, probably stronger than lane, So just ban away the Elise Renekton combo and be safe.
Yep.
Now another good follow-up for Dashing Buffalo,
Rumble.
this Rumble pick.
That pick.
I think we've seen too little Rumble, actually.
It's a flex
I think
as well.
Rumble is super strong. Yeah.
It's a strong flex, so it's hard to counterpick it, but it looks like they might consider Rise. Rise has actually been banned so far every game, so he is open, a strong pick. See what if they do lock this in, and they do, what will they round it out with? Oh no. Are we getting a repeat Aatrox? It is a different player. It's a different player, but still a little bit scary to see it again into Husmed. They could just snap the Camille.
I have to say, I don't like the Elise pick. I'm looking at the whole comp now. Imagine a J4 here. That would be a super great teamfight composition, but now they have a Elise doing not a whole lot in the late game in teamfight setups, so a little bit iffy on the Elise pick here, and we might just see another Camille game for Husmed.
Why wouldn't you? Considering how hard you dominated, why wouldn't you just run that straight back? Not the same jungler, obviously, for Meliodas, but oh no! Bringing out the Fiora.
Yoshino.
Alright, here we go. Good matchup as well. Not difficult to play the Fiora into the Aatrox. But here we go. Turns out Husmed has the champion Ocean. Bringing it out. Picking
also some potential to get a lot of help from the mid and jungle position, especially with the Rumble in the mid lane. Very roam-heavy champion. We've seen a lot of FPX, especially in the LPL first week, that actually got played. We have no idea if the LPL will continue ever.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully
eventually it does. Had a lot of mid lane Rumble, and mid lane Rumble dominated, especially the top lane matchups, because he roamed just clear waves early and roamed top lane with the jungler. Expect kind of the same for Null.
I'm just going to put our pause screen up for a moment while I just quickly fix a little production thing, but just for a second. We do go back now to the team comps. This is a strong draft from DBL. I really like this. I love the Rumble pick. I think
I love the Rumble.
Yeah, being out of Roma, support Husmed.
Rumble MF, a very strong teamfight setup, especially around early dragons, and then was successful last game split pushing in the bot lane, so why wouldn't he be successful again? Even better matchup this time, so yeah. Just glad to see good drafts in the VCS. And both teams have shown us some very good drafting.
Yeah, absolutely. So where is the path to victory for Adonis? We both love the DBL draft, so their path is very obvious, but where do Adonis go?
So they have a very safe ADC in Zarya, and Zarya can dodge all the engage from the enemy team if she plays it correctly. Then you have a lot of damage on the Zarya as well. We have a little bit stronger team fighting top lane and Aatrox as well. I say a lot stronger, I should say. And he can look for flanks. As I said before, I would have loved to see the Jarvan to lock down the enemy AD carry. But it's still, Fiora should still have a very easy time killing the MF in the backline. And then, what was the mid lane again? It's Rise. So a lot of scaling still in the two carries, backline carries. So there is a lot of teamfight potential, especially if they're able to survive the initial burst and get away from the equalizer. There's chance for retaliation for VGA.
There is a lot of AoE in this VGA comp in the form of their two carries. If the team fights go well for them, it will be over very, very quickly, potentially, with a Rise and a Zarya throwing damage across everything. Is the Predator Rumble as well? I like to see it. Can roam up to help out the Fiora. It's interesting, but I like it. I think it's super cool to see. I think it's a good pick. So.
Yeah, the most of the Rumbles we've seen, I think, go Comet for lane domination and even stronger traits in the early game. Obviously, with the Predator, he's quicker around the map, so...
Ooh, they're hidden in the brush. Are they going to go for it? High's going to walk in. The sword is swinging. The feathers are throwing. The stream is freezing.
Internet.
Okay, good. It's both of us. It is actually the Vietnamese stream's fault, not ours. Okay. Lovely. Getting a few little
holding my breath because nothing happened.
In the end, it is just a little bit of damage, and they walk away.
Yeah, overall, one trade I'd say for VGA spot. They got the against level 1 MF, but now Biob is actually going all that
horribly way. There. Biob has to flash. not good at all there. Was in the alcove for no real reason. Really bad
also
start
a little
here.
bit of 200 years experience hook there. Grabbing him around the corner of the alcove.
Yeah, the lollipopping on Nautilus hook is a little bit questionable. And there is Bob taking another hook. He's ignited, but the damage is all being put into Vit. It's probably not a bad choice.
A little bit of a mistake there from Big Puro, because should have probably turned on Bob as well without the flash available. But I question if they had enough damage anyway. So
yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, just a very good trade. As the stream is really struggling right now.
Yeah, this is not doing well. We do apologize. Again, we can only do as well as the Vietnamese studio does, and they're not doing great right now. So hopefully they do clear up. So, looking around the map, nothing particularly interesting. The Fiora has already got a bit of a CS lead, but that is 100% to be expected. That will only grow. Where should these junglers be going? Null going forward.
I'm surprised Null lost the early push here pretty significantly.
Fair.
So that's surprising. Yeah, I'd like to see Null push up the lower lane. They just trying to accelerate the Fiora and exacerbate the lane for Django, because this is already a very bad 1v1 matchup. You can dive the Aatrox early very easily. So really like
absolutely.
to see that. So for Null, doesn't really have the most amount of control, but I think PHT also invested a lot of money early on
to
control the lane. So it PHT might have to recall and teleport back into lane. So now finally a little bit of a mid lane advantage in terms of a state of the lane for Null.
Meliodas wards over and then licks his lips as he sees an untaken Gromp. What a decision. Django's so low. They're going to dive this. But here comes a teleport to the bot lane.
Okay.
HT?
That was strange.
That was, there's another word I'd use.
That's not only strange, that's super bad for his mid lane.
Yeah, it's
He
horrible.
Actually gave Null the free recall now. So Null with a TP advantage and didn't even get all the minions. In fact, he lost the whole wave.
That was really horrible. As Meliodas does make his presence felt up in the top lane, just going to get a shove. They might look for a dive while this crashes, but no, they'll back off. A bit afraid of a Y1.
Look at the minion, at the mini map, that's the word I was looking for. You can see there's already vision set on the top side for DBL, so definitely looks like once level 6 is here for Null, they will want to go for the dive on the Aatrox, which is a good call.
Yep, PHT once again expending a lot of mana to push this into Null, but he's...
Look at his build. Look at his build.
Oh my god. So, I mean, look, Sapphires are Arise's best friend. As he's got 3 Sapphire crystals. That's aggressive. Bob getting hooked, but Aftershocks will trigger, so supports don't take any damage. It does have to work. Vit in some trouble. Big Koro throwing the love taps in. Double up doesn't splash onto him, so he walks away, but takes a lot of damage.
Big Koro panicked a little bit there. He cleansed.
Yeah, that was silly. That did not need to happen. You were only snared, man. It wasn't. You'll be okay.
It might actually have been that he wanted to go for the kill, so he wanted to use the cleanse to be more aggressive.
Ooh, speaking of the cleanse not being up, Y1 is here, but he's going to get spotted so he doesn't come out. Just got to fix that up. Hopefully we get going again. There we go. Sorry about that, everyone. Not doing great. Here is the Infernal Chains. Don't even throw that out against a Fiora. Really bad idea.
What?
Because going in some trouble. I feel like you might be a little bit ahead of me because it looks like he's going down. First blood for Aatrox. Just badly played by Husmid.
Very badly played by Husmid. He had his flash available as well, so he could have tried to get away there. But
yeah, he would have easily gotten away. He just went for the trade.
That's not what was supposed to happen.
No, and it's really bad.
Look at the equalizer.
The equalizer is good. Down goes high. Big Koro's running away, but the Realm Warp is coming in. This could be Vit absolutely carrying the fight. Null gets over the wall, and he will skate away. But my word, Adonis have come out swinging in this game, and they've landed a few punches.
If you missed yesterday's games, we already 2 pentacles, and both of those pentacles went over Zaya. So whenever Zaya is getting multi kills, we have to be careful here, because it might just be the 3rd pentacle of the season on the 2nd day of the season.
That would be a little bit insane, to say the least. Husband now back in lane, should still have the advantage in trades despite the death.
He's freezing.
I know, so's the stream. So's the stream, unfortunately. He's learned. Maybe Yoshino, the only actual player that's in the Discord, has showed him the clip of us absolutely losing our mind. Maybe he's learned. But yeah, this is a really smart freeze, I think. Django's just gone, well, I can't go into lane, I'll go get a Scuttle Crab, I guess.
Let's take another look at this solo kill that happened.
There's the riposte. He could just leave. He's already got the conk proc. He just gets hit by everything. Look at all the knockups landing.
How hard this turned in the direction of Aatrox. I think biggest problem for one of the biggest problems there was Hasmed very low on, so you couldn't actually follow up with a lot of spells. He blocked the Infernal Change, so that should be the ticket to victory.
I actually think if you're all inning, you let the Infernal Chains go off and you block the 3rd Q.
Okay, that's a good argument.
Because it also stops the healing that comes in from the Q.
How fast this fight turned.
Yeah, and VGA, once again, calling an early lane swap to get a Rift Herald. Good macro decision from them. They got a lead, and it's a 2-0 Zaya, so this is pretty much uncontestable. Has the BF sword, and yeah, should be a pretty free Shelly.
That's it. It has cost Django a lot. Oh, this was close. Good try from Meliodas.
You're definitely quite far ahead of me, unfortunately.
Wow,
and here is the fight. The equalizer comes in. Meliodas takes a lot of damage. He's got no one to W over the wall to. Django picks up a kill, does extend this world ender as he's chasing them down into the bush. Should get his Qs going again. Null is going to go down. PHT picking up the kill. Big Koro runs away, and we have a 6-0 lead. Husband, he's going for the solo kill. Gets it. Gonna try and get a little bit of healing here. Is a lot of healing, but it's not enough. Husband gets a 1-for-1, but he only killed a support.
Okay, not sure what Husband tried to do there.
Just stop the perfect game.
He got the kill.
So. He stopped the perfect game. That's all.
That's fair. Actually, we were on track for a perfect game for VGA, which is...
not a sentence
crazy.
You'd say.
No.
But VGA with a 2k gold lead.
Fight. Very good call for Django to go for the backline. Ignore the rest of the fight and just straight up go on top of Big Kuro, I think.
Yeah, that's essentially what it did. And he zoned out completely both Big Koro and Null. Null had already dropped the equalizer, so he kind of had already done his job. But yeah, really super well played. Django, in a really unfavourable matchup, has come out... I don't think he's ahead of Husmed, because Husmed does have that 20 CS lead, but much closer than he ever should be.
He has a bounty, so it's probably very, very close in gold, at least.
Ooh, Meliodas does get caught on that Scuttle Crab. Teleport being... Can someone help PHT?
PHT's teleports.
Yeah, can someone else press it for him, and so maybe he teleports at the right time?
Not press it for him.
Yeah, just take it out of his hands.
Look at Django here.
That was really close for Meliodas.
3-2. He gets the kill on high. Oh, good flash. Good flash.
He's just eating the bullet time. Oh, very well done. Yeah. You're right. And then he just chases him down with PHT.
Second ahead, I guess.
Yeah, a couple seconds. We can resync once we have it. Do apologise.
Nope.
This is...
There's no time.
Nope, there is absolutely no time. Biob,
very good dodge.
This is still a replay, but...
Yeah, I know. Very good dodge for the cocoon, or away from the cocoon. Nicely done from Hasmed.
And it will be the bot lane tower going down for VGA. They pick up the first turret gold. Give the solo gold to Vit.
Nope.
Of course not.
Alesis are very hungry today.
Yeah, the spider is definitely hungry. If we want to quickly resync while we have a moment. Sorry about having to do this.
Long enough.
I'm 11:43
right now.
I'm just 2 seconds ahead. Okay. Pause for 2 seconds. Fine. Sorry, everybody, that we have to do this. It is The pain of having to bootleg stream, and oh dear, this is a lot of trouble here for Django,
wow.
but he turns it and gets a kill. Can he possibly get a second? Not quite, but he sets B-Ob up to take it. Null has turret aggro, but no, he won't take enough damage for B-Ob to continue that. And it's a 2-for-1, and it was a play that DBL tried to make. Oh no, 9-2, 3k gold lead at 12 minutes. Is VGA about to win this series?
Team. Yeah, it looks like it, right? The top lane swap actually worked out great for them. Django with a super good game on the Aatrox.
Absolutely. Hazmed potentially getting a little bit baited, saying, well, I smashed an Aatrox last game, I'll smash an Aatrox this game. He's a very different top laner. Django playing his first game in the real VCS league. He's played VCS B, but he has not played VCS A. And it is a Cloud Rift. And we could get another fight here. In they come. VGA so far ahead. Oh my god! Meliodas! Where'd he go? And High will be chased down on as well, but they're not going to go under tower on a Nautilus. Good decision. They steal the blue buff as well. This is looking...
Meliodas. Win rate from Meliodas not great on the Lee Sin. Infamous for his very bad Lee Sin. And once again, probably correct.
Yeah, absolutely. Hazmed up in the top lane is going to take some tower plates. He is still ahead, despite being 1-3. I don't think he can do enough, though, because I don't think he wins the side lane. Django's doing way too much.
Again.
Oh, this was so well played by Django.
Not sure what Meliodas did there.
Not much.
Yeah, that's for sure. Where did his ult go? He used his ult there. I didn't see anything go off. Weird.
Very, very weird. And this will be Django pushing in, potentially getting some turret plates of his own. But DBL are heading up to the top side. They might be trying to make a play. 4k gold lead now.
That's a lot.
This is hard to come back from.
Also,
just zoning them out. A lot of damage coming in onto High. They go in. The bullet time being used, stopped by the Leona. Here is PHT. He's come in. He's warped his realm. Down goes Meliodas, followed by Big Coro. And oh no, it's all going wrong again for DBL. Django taking a lot of turret damage here, but he's tanked it up for long enough. The PHT to walk in. Ooh, Equalizer used. Forces the flash. But flash for 4 kills? Yeah, we take those.
Perfect execution on the turret dive there. They had to tank multiple thousands of turret damage, but did it perfectly between the Aatrox and the Leona to get the free kill. I think he had to flash in the end, but okay, that's fair.
Okay, I'm not complaining.
Also, the first good Ryze play of this game for PHT, so he seems to finally have settled in.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't had too much of an opportunity before this.
Nope.
You say that like he's made multiple bad plays.
I mean, TP.
Yeah, the TPs were awful. And he might have made a pretty bad play here as well, but he's doing a lot of damage to Hazmed. It's not going to be enough in the end. The Grand Challenge heal is going to get them back up as well. Hazmed, I don't think you need to recall, but yeah, that wasn't a good play out of PHT. I was trying to praise him.
Yeah. Cast the curse right there.
Yep, absolutely. Vit taking so much damage. Uses that Zyra ult to get away. The feathers are out, but I don't think he has the E to pull them back in. Meliodas taking so much damage again. The prophecy of Meliodas is once coming in. Big Coro goes down to the W. Meliodas will get hunted by Django. Oh no. Django. Is he going to get him? I think he knows that there's only one way to go. Yeah, he's made the call. Yep, he predicted which way he went. And the Infernal Chains will land, and finally, Meliodas goes down.
180 gold for the kill.
His 5th... I don't even think it was worth chasing him.
Almost not.
It really wasn't. The 5th death, 2nd Rift Herald here for VGA. This is...
It feels good, though.
Yeah, it does. This is a 6k gold lead. Yeah, there's no ult for Django. I don't think it was safe to take that. True. For Leandry's Rumble.
Yeah, also, if you look at the items, even though it's his item's not too impressive. So
I don't think he's gone back and bought for a while.
Indeed. Yeah, that's a big problem.
He's
Also,
just gone
no
back and bought
CS.
and got a black keeper. He's also just gone back and got a black keeper.
Yeah, he's playing full kill the enemy champions, enemy minions. That's too easy.
Yep, absolutely.
Also, he got dominated in the lane by Hazmet. So
yeah,
to be fair to Hazmet, who has had a little bit of a rough game after the early laning phase.
Absolutely. I mean, I think some of that blame has to go on to Meliodas, though. He hasn't played well around Hazmet. There's been some botched dives, some really botched plays that made the Fiora's life pretty hard. The Rift Herald will be summoned up here just to take the mid lane for free. No worries. Shirley, still not as good as her sister, but she's doing good enough here to push VGA even further in the lead to an 8k gold lead at 17 minutes.
Yeah, this game looks very over. Also, Cloud Soul once again, potentially, for VGA, and this time, especially for Django, I think, is super great.
Absolutely.
Also nice to have for Ryze, I'd say. Even more movement speed.
Yeah.
Biob likes the cooldown reduction mostly. Vit, actually, it's very good on Xayah, which does not... You think about Xayah and you're like, okay...
PHT, I hate to cut you off. What is that Realm Warp? He was going about a foot. As Meliodas...
What?
Oh, he kills Meliodas! That should never be a 1-for-1.
How did that happen? Okay, to be fair, a kill on Meliodas is only like one. It's only half a kill.
Oh my word. Still, the fact that he got anything there just shows how horribly behind Meliodas is.
Yeah, it's
this is a bad game for Meliodas.
Yeah. Once you press R on Xayah, you are right, so you get the movement speed and actually are able to move farther back to dodge. So I think very good soul for Xayah as well. Way better than for the enemy ADC, who really does not make any use of this. So
thankfully, we don't have to really examine how DBL uses the Cloud Soul because they're never getting it.
That's not going to happen.
The next dragon is up in 3.5 minutes, and they're 8k gold down. It would take the most chaotic 3 minutes of League of Legends ever played for DBL to have a chance at the next dragon.
I agree. So what are we looking at here right now? Because there's almost no chance for DBL to come back, I'd say.
Well,
don't steal away the minion.
Oh, Y1 does get on top of High, but he flashes away. Big Koro, this is potentially a fight. That's a very, very good equalizer there, but there's no follow-up. Vit has taken a huge amount of damage, but here comes the TP. PHT's charging forward. The Realm Warp is used. Django just gets into that, so Big Koro's in so much trouble. Here he comes. Hazmed's doing a lot of damage, could potentially get Django and proc the heal field, but no. He gets away. The grand challenge will go unanswered, and it's a 1-0 after a lot being expended here. They're going on to this mid inhib.
Yeah, 20 minutes on the clock, right in time for the first inhibitor, I'd say.
Yep.
Nicely done from VGA. Dominant performance in this game. Absolutely stunning us. We called this to be a very DBL favorite match, especially in this third game now, with the second game looking much more like what we expected from the series. But that's not what happened.
PHT's got to run. There is a depth charge here. I think he's in a lot of trouble. Yep, PHT's going to go down. Few little positioning mistakes from him. I don't think there's going to be... Oh, no, he flashes. Oh, nearly got away there, but there is the shutdown. But it's, again, a 1-for-1. Hazmed goes down.
And another kill for free.
Yeah, no, the bullet time should cover him.
A good bullet time.
Very good bullet time. This is 25 kills in 20 minutes, by the way.
This is very aggressive.
They're going back in high. I don't think you wanted that hook to hit. Django coming flying in now, zoning out a Big Koro, doing so much damage. Sorry, was Aatrox counterpicked this game?
No, I don't think so.
Because Django's off the leash here.
Absolutely. Impressive performance from this new top laner, also a rookie, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's his first game in VCS.
Cool to see, new blood, and the first game very good.
Rumble ult being... Okay.
Well, maybe that's the reason why we didn't see more mid lane Rumble, because VCS players not too great on Rumble, potentially.
Yeah, 30 CS
10k
down.
gold lead.
Yeah, 10k gold lead at 21 minutes, 27 kills in 21 minutes.
That's more VCS like.
This is the VCS. We are VCS. I think
7-0-3 for Vid as well. Very cool game to see from him as well.
2-item lead.
It's...
Ooh, this is ugly. Ugly for DBL. I do think DBL taking that last fight, that was the best fight you're ever going to get, right? If you don't fight in that scenario, you may as well just FF.
They also thought they could get away with just one kill. Sadly, VGA was too close and actually was able to extend the team fight and then get all the kills. 3-1 in the end, so not great for DBL. Also lost another inhibitor, which is even worse. But it was a good try, I agree. They had to do something. They had to make something work, and they tried to go for the pick.
You've already spilled the beans down the front of your shirt. You may as well try and eat some of them. It's not going to be good, but at least you get a little bit of bean. But here is the fight around Baron.
Sounds
Two of them
I have to say.
But here they are, High using that ult, but the Leona ult will answer. This is basically a 2v5, as three of them are just taking Baron. There it is. Big Koro is in the Infernal Chains. He'll go down.
That was the quickest movement MF ever did.
Yep, absolutely. The Realm Warp's coming in. Hazmid trying to run away here. Does get a good riposte. And this is game. They're just going to push in and win here.
Django really does not want to die.
Django, his team's just left him. He's dead. His team is like, you see, Django.
He's screaming at them.
Please!
Don't let me die.
Please! But here is the series. Adonis start out the split with a win, blowing away me and you at the very least. My God. Dominating performance in that third game as well.
Yeah, they remind me a lot of QG from last split. QG was more of the late game, mid-late game coordination team. The coordination did look good for Adonis, but they also displayed a very strong early game, especially in the third game. But yeah, QG started very strong in the last split. Hopefully, Adonis is able to keep up their performance a little bit longer and not go 0-7 in the second round robin. Definitely a promising start, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really good performance out of Adonis overall. I'd want to see them against potentially a bit of a stronger team. DBL looked shaky, definitely in game 1 and 3, and I mean, definitely in game 3.
Also, this color scheme probably very strong in the VCS because it's Gum's colors.
Yeah, true. Maybe they sort of like just kind of went into Gum's practice room and Tinnikin just didn't quite know, so Tinnikin gave them all the strats. He just got confused. He saw yellow and black and went, "Oh, that's my team."
No AP Shyvana though. I don't think.
True. If there's no AP Shyvana, it's clearly not the Gum strats. But sorry, I genuinely forget. I actually have to have the camera in the right place to have you on screen. So, MVP. And do we think this is more of a show that Adonis is good, or that DBL is bad?
I was impressed with Adonis, I have to say.
Yep, the drafts were really good.
Played like a VCS team, like middle of the pack VCS team, which is what I expect from them. So actually not shocked by DBL's performance. I thought Adonis super good draft in game 1. Looked a lot like I expected them to look in game 2. And then game 3, the big surprise for me. Strong early game, strong lane performances. Django looked strong in the top lane, even though he lost early on a little bit in CS. So I think it's more Adonis being good. And DBL, they were not great today, but also not like horribly bad, in my opinion, at least.
I think they were okay. So yeah, VGA definitely coming out surprising. So that leaves the other question I asked. MVP for game 3?
Of course. It's hard.
Can we give it to Django when he got smashed that hard in farm? Or do we give it to Vit, who had a really good AD carry performance?
Well, Vit had a really good game. Did Y1 do anything special?
He had a good Elise game, but I don't think he was MVP.
Mid laner had too many weird teleports, and his early lane phase was bad as well.
I definitely think it's between Vit and...
Yeah, I think Vit for me, probably.
Yeah, I think I agree. So we'll lock Vit in for the MVP there for game 3. And wow, what a performance from Adonis. We have another series as well already feeling completely knackered after the first one. But here we go for
that potential for another upset, right? We've seen a lot of upsets.
Yeah, we have.
2 days of casting. We've had the not so expected first win from EVOS over Flash. Now the win from Adonis, both 2-1s. So F2E in the next series, it's your time to shine. I predicted them to take 1 game, but maybe they can take 2. Who knows? Some people think Loki is not looking too strong right now. So it's definitely a good time to get the first victory on the board for FTV.
Absolutely. And we will be going to our break to see what we can get done before the next game started. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I've been Everyday. With me, as always, has been Yulwei. We'll see you guys in a little while. Thanks for tuning in.
Probably half an hour.
About that, normally. There'll be a timer on screen, don't worry.